Blessings, everyone. Today I would like to share the Soul Journey Oracle, and this is from James Van Praagh. This oracle is really beautiful because it gives us, especially those of us who are not sure exactly what the work is, what are we doing on this journey. We've taken the beginner's mind. Maybe we just need a little something to contemplate, a direction. So this oracle today, Spirit is giving us a little guidance on all of this. So first, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask all of those in spirit to blend with this energy, that I can understand and bring a message for the highest good. Thank you. I'm grateful. And then I always shuffle. The first one always embodies the energy of Source into alignment with us. The second shuffle is a reminder of the higher self and spirit aligning. And the third is of the soul, that it helps us remember that our soul is just a small part of all that we are in this physical. It is part of our expression of a personality. It helps us have our senses. It helps us expand, explore, and experience our consciousness. And then what I do is I just move the cards around a little bit. So I feel them pulling closer and blending. Whoops, this card fell out. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And as the spirit is blending, they're reminding me, they're saying this is why we came here. And sometimes we get so caught up in our successes, our accomplishments, wanting to measure something, wanting to know we did the right thing, wanting to know that we've healed something. All of these things are so important. It is part of this journey. But we don't take a moment sometimes and recognize, Spirit is saying that if it didn't go the way we planned, or we haven't seen something come full circle, we didn't fail. If we've been on this journey long enough, we understand that there's going to be times when we thought we've surpassed certain attributes. Maybe we've had a screaming match with someone and we step back and say, wow, I can't believe that I went there. Or I lost control. I couldn't control the anger. Or maybe we see someone else powering through something. Maybe we've been having challenges with our weight or our health issues. And along comes somebody we haven't seen in a few years and they've dropped a lot of weight or overcome some serious illness and living their best life. And we say, have I really been doing the best I can do? I just ate a whole pizza by myself. That's not a failure. Spirit wants us to reframe the way we're speaking to ourselves through these experiences. And they're saying that it's good to feel. It's good to feel when we recognize that we've made a decision that hasn't brought out the best opportunities for the next phase of something. We have to feel these things when we recognize perhaps we have had that screaming match and we weren't doing the right thing, or that we did overeat and perhaps gained a few pounds. We have to recognize maybe those moments that we feel like we could have tried a little bit harder, but we were a little lazy, unmotivated, uninspired. We have to recognize when we're being limited. We're limiting our awareness by shutting out all the possibilities, trying to control the way things go so minutely, just because we want an experience, we want a feeling from it. Not always understanding that the end result, when we co-create with the universe, could be so much more than we expect. But this life is a spiral, and sometimes we're going to spiral up. Spirit is showing me a giant spiral, and it looks like a water slide. And they're saying that sometimes we're going to slide down. But in this very moment, this isn't about saying that we failed and focus on all these lost opportunities. Because if we have taken a step back and taken the higher perspective and recognized we turned left when we should have went right, and really understand that when we're having these moments like the anger, where we've lost it a little bit, maybe we weren't bringing out our best side, or we said some hurtful things to others, that maybe we can't fix it. Maybe we're not going to heal that perspective. But this is the opportunity. Are we going to sulk in this, or are we going to grow? Are we going to take a good look in the mirror and understand that there are certain things that we have to master in our communication, or master in our self-worth, before we can take the next step forward and heal? That healing isn't always just about recognizing what we've done, but breaking the patterns, getting to the root of it, not being afraid to dig in there. And sometimes we'll be surprised at what originates, where the original disconnect comes from, and how can we shift that? And a big part of this is not looking at it as failure and then staying in a place of guilt or remorse. That we have to forgive ourselves because we were limited in what we understood in the moment we made the choice. And then from there, we've gathered wisdom, and that stays with us eternally. They want us to know that. And we can reach out and help others. Not in a space of ego because, oh, I know that, I've been there. But in a space of caring, that knowing that we're all on this journey together, and sometimes we're going to see things that others can't through experience, and they will have seen things that we haven't yet. And if we can all lift each other a little bit on this journey with the wisdom, then we're taking this word that we use, failure, and we're turning it into experience, expansion, and understanding. So as I'm listening, they're asking, Spirit is saying, please, let's not look at this word, failure, as an end-all. We understand that something has failed. A choice has failed in the end result we were looking for. but that doesn't mean that there is an opportunity. It just means that we have to expand our consciousness in that moment to see it and be open. Allow the process of healing. Recognize where we weren't making the best choices. Not be afraid to dig in there, because sometimes it's going to feel, sometimes digging in to recognize the wrong choice or the misunderstood choice or the unclear choice might even hurt more than the actual event that we feel we failed. But we can take something in this situation and turn this into a healing, and we won't have the patterns and the loops. And that in itself is achievement. That brings us much higher up on the spiral, and it connects us in this beautiful web of consciousness even stronger and clearer with one another. So the message today is that we need these words in our vocabulary to hold space for an event, but we don't want to fixate on these words as an end-all. It's a tool, just like the divination tools of the oracle, our healing modalities, even a fork and a knife. These are all tools. Words are tools. They're not a sentence. And the way we use the words is so important, because just because it's a word and it feels a certain type of energy, it feels heavy, it doesn't mean that it's punishing. It's opening up a space for us of mindfulness. We're feeling different emotions and sensations, but we're not acting from this. It helps us navigate what the better choice is for next time. They're pulling their energy back. Thank you so very much for allowing me to bring this message today. I'm learning so much as I'm sharing and listening with Spirit. And I just want to say thank you to all of those who have taken a moment to watch the videos and have subscribed to the channel, because it's just my way of saying thank you to everyone and sharing things that I'm learning as I go along and listen like this, because so many haven't opened up in their space, in their way, and shared some of their guidance with myself. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Much love, everyone, and beautiful blessings.